channel. Here on this channel, we talk about all things mysticism, spirituality, and everything in between. I am so excited to have you back here on my channel. So today I want to talk about something that came through me last night as I was meditating, and I was like, why haven't I spoken about this before with my people? So I'm going to bring it up today. I know I always preface these videos with today's going to be a short video, and then it's never a short video because I go on and on and on. So I'm not going to preface today, although in my mind it will be a relatively short video. So who knows where it will evolve. Okay, so today we're going to talk about spirit guides. And my take on spirit guides is a little different on other people's take on spirit guides. Now, I do want to say something before I start talking about spirit guides. My perspective is my own, right? And the way I see reality, if you've seen any of my other videos, especially not last week, the week before's video, is that my perspective of the truth is just one little piece, right? There are so many different layers, and you may see it completely different depending on how you've channeled it or how you've received information. This is just my perspective, okay? So take it with a grain of salt and take what feels like it resonates, and whatever doesn't, release it, and it's all good, okay? And you know, I would love to hear your perspective on what you feel spirit guides are. Now, the reason why I really wanted to dive into this is because I remember my whole life, especially during my awakening, I never really felt connected to spirit guides, and I was like, why are all these people referring to this spirit guides? I have friends who see spirits and they'll actually see, you know, spiritual energy around them. And I'm like, what is this spirit guide thing? And I remember once going to a psychic and she said to me, your grandmother is your spirit guide. And I was like, what is she talking about? My grandmother is here living. How can my grandma be my spirit guide? And I was like, that's bizarre. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And I remember asking a friend of mine once who also happened to be a psychic. I said, who are my spirit guides? She goes, you already know. I go, yeah, I know. I don't feel that I have a spirit guide. She goes, no, you don't. You literally have an army of spirit guides behind you. And they come from all different past lives and experiences, and they're all connected to you in the most profound way. And that was something that I really resonated with because that's how I felt. I never felt that I had one spirit guide. Now, quick synopsis. Every single person that lives on the physical plane is born with a spirit guide, all right? Someone to help you in the spirit realm, guide you, support you, offer you messages and feathers and coins and synchronicities and serendipities and all the things in between, right? So they really help you navigate this plane if you call upon them. Now, they will never interfere with your free will. So if you choose not to take on the message that's been transmitted to you, then that's okay. They're not going to interfere with that. But if you call upon them for guidance, they will provide you with a message. If you call upon them for support, they will provide you with support. If you call upon them with a request, they will answer your request because they are essentially of God, but not God himself. Now, when I meditate, it's very similar to when Christians pray to Jesus, okay? Jesus, the Son of God, and obviously this is the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit is all connected to one, and that's a whole complete different conversation. But they're speaking to Jesus as the Son of God and not to God directly himself, even though they believe it to be the one entity. Now, I don't do that. I always meditate and pray directly to God. I never call upon my spirit guides. I always call upon God. And the only reference I make to my spirit guides is through divine guidance. I always ask for divine guidance, but I'm still talking to God. Now, does that not mean that my spirit guides won't support me if I call upon them? Of course they will. That's their role. That's what they are here to do. Now, why I'm prefacing with all of this information is because what is a spirit guide? A lot of the times you will hear people refer to their spirit guides, people who have tapped in, because the only way to truly know who your spirit guides are is if you meditate upon it, because you can tap in and intuitively know who's around you, especially if you're super hyper intuitive or psychic. I know a lot of my friends know that it's their dad or their cousin or their auntie or their great grandmother or whoever. Now, do your spirit guides have to just be people that have transitioned from the physical plane? No. And I'll explain why. Because here's the thing. Let's say your great grandmother is your spirit guide. Has she not re-entered this plane of existence? Could she not have already reincarnated onto this plane? Does that mean she ceases to be your spirit guide? No, because energy isn't limited or confined on the physical plane. I may have spirit guides that were versions of me in past lives, okay? Stop thinking with the human limited consciousness, all right? We always see things as super linear. They've transitioned, so they are now my spirit guide, and that means they can't re-exist on this plane. That is not how energy works. Every single possibility, go back and watch my Infinite Possibilities video, talks about how everything is happening simultaneously right now. So me in all my past lives and me in all my future lives, again, not linear, but for the purposes of understanding, are happening simultaneously right now. So therefore, I too, here as Gregoria, could be a spirit guide for so many other people, even though I exist on the physical plane. Okay, and people can call upon me or the version of me that is still spirit, okay, because most of me is still spirit, and I can support them in that way. Now, spirit guides are not the same as angels. Angels exist on a different plane of existence than spirit guides, okay? That's a story for another time. If you want to know more about angels specifically, let me know in the comments below and I can create another video on angels. But spirit guides are different. Spirit guides are assigned to you specifically, okay? Whereas angels aren't. Angels are assigned to honor all humans on certain purposes. So we can all call upon angels, the same angels, for different things, but people generally speaking won't call upon my spirit guides to help them. I can call upon my spirit guides to help you, but usually they're assigned to me. Can we have the same spirit guides? I really do feel that we can. I feel that, let's say my sister and I may have a great grandmother that is a spirit guide for both of us. Again, that's open to interpretation. Whatever you feel resonates with you, that's just how I see it. So therefore, you can have a minimum of one, but you can have infinite spirit guides, okay? I really don't feel that they can be limited by a number. I feel that you can have as many as were necessary to be assigned to you in this physical plane, depending on your soul contract, depending on what sort of support you wanted coming into this plane. I really do feel that it was something that was agreed upon before you came here, so you are completely supported and necessary. Now, your spirit guide does not deny you the connection to God. Okay, that's important. I always meditate and talk to God directly. Other people don't. Other people talk to aliens, other spirits, angels. They talk to their spirit guides. They call upon them. I know a lot of people who, when they do card readings, they're calling upon their spirit guides. I personally prefer to refer directly to God, okay? It's also because I don't resist that connection. A lot of people do and feel more comfortable connecting to their spirit guide because they have their spirit guides full attention at all times, whereas God is basically got his attention on every single part of reality, not just on this plane, not in just this reality, but every reality, okay? Whereas your spirit guide is assigned to you. But you could also be the spirit guide for someone. You could be a spirit guide for your future self. You could be a spirit guide for someone that existed in a past life. Don't see it as linear. Now, how can you connect to your spirit guides? Just like what I said earlier, you meditate upon it. You call upon your spirit guides for clarity, for guidance, for support. They are there to support you and they will always say yes. And they know what's for your highest good, okay? So whenever you need some clarity, ask them for guidance. Be like, spirit guides, show me a sign if this is for me. Spirit guides, I like to be specific. This week I've asked for 2 specific signs. I've asked for a clock that says 10 a.m., 10 o'clock, or it doesn't have to be 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. It's an analog clock. It has to be analog, cannot be digital. And I've also asked to see a red boat. Okay, when I see either of those things, I'll know the message. I'll know what to do. So I ask for specific signs. Now, I don't need to rush that because whenever it's time, it will be revealed to me. My spirit guides have already heard. If you want to know who your spirit guides are specifically, maybe you have this really special connection to them, meditate on it and ask them to reveal themselves. Now, don't think of them just as humans either, okay? Most of the time as humans, we have human spirit guides. People who used to be human or who may have been human again have transitioned back into this physical plane, but their spirit energy is called upon. Now, why this is important to know is because when we think of ancient people, so ancient philosophers and all these other famous people that existed in the past that did beautiful things, and a lot of mediums channel them. Have they not reincarnated? Of course they have. Most likely they have. They may not have, but most likely they have. And yet you still can call upon the energy of a specific physical body in the spirit world. That does not cease to exist, because although we go back to the collective consciousness when we transition from the physical plane, that does not mean that I, as Gregoria, cannot be called upon upon for eternity. I can forever be called upon if people choose to call upon me. And me as Gregoria will always hold everything that I hold now and everything that I've held in all my past lives and through my ancestors and through my lineage. All of that is contained within me, so it can always be called upon, okay? What my main purpose for this particular video is to stretch your mind. We hear things on social media, especially in the spiritual community, and we take everything so factual. This week alone, it's come out that the 432 hertz frequency is actually demonic and it's not very good for you. And, all these spiritual people have been preaching it for so long, but it actually manipulates the chemistry in your brain. Guys, tap into your intuition. Just because one person said that it's not good for you and 25 people said that it is, don't believe anyone, ever. Don't believe anyone. Tap into your intuition. For me personally, 432 hertz has always felt comforting. Okay, if it doesn't feel comforting to you, then that's okay. Nothing can harm you unless you will it to be. Remember, go back to my video on the vibration of health, and that can be applied to anything. If I don't intentionally choose for something to be positive, then it takes the default setting, all right? The intention someone else set for it. But if I choose that this frequency is going to heal me, love me, honor me, amplify me and my intentions, and so it is. Okay, that is life. Spirit guides will be what you choose for them to be. If you choose for them to always answer yes, if you choose for them to always support you, guide you, hold your hand, reveal the path to you, reveal the message, then that's what they become. If you choose to deny them and they play no role in your life, then that's the way it is. They will be trying to communicate to you, but you will not be receptive to the message. Okay, so use the spirit guides, but don't see them as a particular person that existed in your life experience. It has to be that person. No, I have a legion, an army of spirit guides that are constantly around me, supporting me, protecting me, keeping me safe. It's like, let's say I'm in a situation where I don't feel safe. I'm walking in the street alone, obviously not right now, but generally speaking, and it's a bit dark and I just feel some bad juju. I will call upon my spirit guides to protect me, to literally put a shield around me, to stand with me as I walk, and I know I'm protected. So in moments like that, they are incredibly powerful as a tool, as a support system, instead of calling upon God necessarily, because a lot of the time, again, it's the mindset of humans. We see God as so far reaching. Okay, many of us, not all of us, we see God as so busy with everything. People are praying for God to put his hand in the world right now. God has already got his hand in every pile, I promise you, okay? But because we see God so far reaching, that's why we offer less resistance calling upon our spirit guides, because we have a subconscious belief that they are assigned to us specifically. That's what I mean. If you choose to call upon God instead and you believe you offer no resistance for that, then do that. No one can dictate to you how you live your life or how connected you are to the spirit world. You are absolutely connected at all times. No one can take that away from you ever. They can try, but no one can actually take that away from you. Your spirit guides are here to help you, serve you, honor you. They are constantly speaking to you. They are constantly answering you. That's why we use modalities as well. So things like the pendulum, things like card readings, things like runes, things like crystals, things like tea leaves and coffee readings. All of these things are a way for spirits to communicate with you, okay? And it's easier that way because we, as humans, we like the physical thing. We get the gut instinct or we get the message pop up and often we resist it because we're like, it's my imagination. Whereas when we see those physical forms of communication, we are more likely to believe the message. Okay, so that's why we use these modalities and these mediums to actually communicate with our spirit guides. Start journaling, meditate, write a question down. I like to do this often, even with automatic writing, okay? So I'll write a question down, I'll meditate on it, and as soon as I wake up, I'll write the answer down. Whatever comes through naturally, I will not think about it. I will not use my logical brain. I will allow my hand to write. Usually automatic writing is done with your non-dominant hand. So you write the answer with your non-dominant hand because you're not actually thinking from the left side of your brain, or depending on what handed you are. But it always works for me. I love it as well. It's a powerful tool, allows you to connect to your spirit guides, call upon them, connect with them, get to know them, but don't see them as just these entities that existed before. Don't see them as just human, because they may be alien spirit guides. They may be these balls of light that we can't comprehend as humans, but that exist to support us, protect us, and honor us, and guide us, and reveal the paths to us. I love you so much. If you want more positivity in your life, I have a free Positivity Rampage. Links are in the description box below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see more, let me know what you want to see. I'm always open to your suggestions, and I love you so much. Peace.